It's Mia.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mia Yuen, and I am a second-year Urban Studies major, and I am currently running for the position as PASS's 2019-2020 External Vice President. I'd like to thank all of you for attending tonight's caucus, and a thank you to tonight's hosts. To begin, I'd like to reflect on some of the leadership positions I have held before my college career, which includes being a student representative for my school site council, participating in LCAP committee, which stands for Local Control and Accountability Plan, that involves discussing funding matters with our district superintendent. And I also orchestrated meetings pertaining to the Western Association of Schools and Colleges, also known as WASC. I was also invited to the state capitol as a representative for my school district to discuss the importance of continuing government funding for outreach programs such as MESA, which stands for Mathematics, Engineering, Science Achievement, which I was involved for about 5 years, spanning from 8th to 12th grade. And they give underrepresented students the resources they need to strive towards STEM degrees and professional careers. And Puente, which is a transfer preparation program designed to increase the number of educationally underserved students who transfer to four-year colleges and universities such as UC Irvine. As for my time here at UC Irvine, I began as a general member of PASS in winter quarter of my freshman year. I helped facilitate the general member-led meeting, volunteered to participate in our high school outreach one-day event, and also joined the mentorship program. Even though I did not experience a whole year of PASS events, I completed my first year of college with a group I could call my family, which is why as a general member last year, I believed that everyone accepted who I was, whether if it was being trainees or pursuing civil engineering at the time, or just being goofy. By receiving so much kindness and skills that I can carry for the rest of my life, I thought to myself, I want to give back to the community that has given me so much and play a bigger role. So I applied for an appointed board position and was given an opportunity to be PASS's 2018-2019 Community Involvement Director, as who I am today. From the start, I was given the task of creating the Compassion Project, a year-long project that helps the PASS community and beyond. At first, I did not know what type of theme or purpose to create, but after evaluating my goals, I created Build a Better You. This year's project is not bound to the meetings or events I host. Its goal is to resonate within all of you as we grow together here in PASS. With its 4 pillars, self-improvement, identification, community involvement, and campus resources, the purpose of my project this year is to promote individuality and self-love while providing opportunities to help the community. In addition to my project, I have been beside Tim, our current EVP, to attend Alianza affiliate meetings, in which all the umbrella organizations come together to review the process of each of the clubs. We all have our differences and goals for each of our orgs, but the diversity is what inspires me to collaborate with others, such as Carla and JR from PUSO, or Jeremy and Dominique from Fusion, or currently working with Ernest and Caitlin to create the PASS-CABA collaboration. While deciding which board position I wanted to take on for next year, I realized I wanted to continue to work closely with the other organizations and build upon our relationships. If I were to explain why I wanted to run for EVP in one word, I would choose community. I am passionate to give the knowledge that I've gained over the years and also learn new things from new people along the way. I am passionate to represent and support the communities and organizations that I'm affiliated with. And by having the opportunity to become Community Involvement Director this year, I've not only expressed my support for others, but I've also learned a lot about myself and my passions that have become clear to me. If elected as EVP, my goal is to promote PASS's community not only through UC Irvine, but through the city of Irvine and beyond. Taking on the Conference for Asian Pacific Professionalism next year, I plan to build upon what our previous EVPs have implemented and shed light on a broader array of career opportunities. I wish to continue working with community organizations, such as the Filipino Lawyers of Orange County, to create meeting collaborations, but also create evening networking socials to move forward from brief elevator pitches and to promote continuity with our partners. I am ready to take on whatever challenges that may be brought upon me. and to continue working with the PASS community. Being a board member is not easy in whatever position you may hold, but I believe if you love what you do, your job isn't really a job anymore. It's pure voluntary drive of passion for what you aspire to do. And that is what I will bring to you as your next external vice president. Thank you.
So at this point, we are going to open it up for questions. Anybody in the audience would like to start us off? Okay. We do have some here from us. I think the first one that I'd ask as EVP this year is, Alianza was not as strong as we expected, especially our ties. As the primary Alianza affiliate next year, what steps would you like to improve, what would you take to improve those ties between the organizations?
I think working right now, as an example, I'm working with Manny on the hi-fi trip, and I think right now I am already building sort of a relation between multiple of the Alianza affiliates at the moment. And moving on to next year, I believe that we should host more collaborations, maybe not even meetings, but more of like after events or socials in order to like build a bridge in which I believe that some of us more likely are a little bit shy and which we could build upon that.
Okay, so what do you think will be your biggest obstacle for next year?
I think not really an obstacle, but it's a continuous challenge to create new ideas and new challenges for myself. That's not really a bad thing either. It's more like to know that, yes, I do have CAP, and I do have the Alianza affiliate meetings, but I'd like to see the roles as EVP become greater next year. So.
The last question from us is, what is your highest and lowest priority for this position?
My highest priority as external vice president is to continue to give the general members of PASS a positive experience, and that's just as a board member itself. I really don't have any low priorities for myself in the sense that I hold everything equal, and I think that the community of PASS should be all of our priorities for us.
Does anybody have any questions in the audience? Jesse?
So for CAP, planning the logistics and kind of just organizing the event as a whole, networking with different professionals, what is something that you would want to give to the future PASS from your conference if you were hosted next year?
Well, continuing on with what I said in my platform, like how we have used Flock at the moment to better create a partnership, I'd like to continue that. I'd like to continue that even before CAP happens next year, so that we have a better bond and that we just don't finish off with, oh, I know how to make an elevator pitch to everyone. It's more like we can start creating relationships with professionals, and we can go the next step by finding what our next internship is or our next job. So building upon the foundations that we've created at the moment, I think continuity is our best option.
So adding on to that, you talked about kind of you want to step away from just having an elevator pitch, going farther than that. What are some kind of criticisms that you've seen from the past two EVPs here that you would like to go farther or beyond, other than the networking?
More like critiques.
Yeah, critiques or anything you want to do differently.
In a sense, I will build upon what both EVPs have presented, and I believe that we do need to host more events, which is why I did implement the idea of socials, which could be after school or on the weekends. It's a time where we can have more time to connect with our partners rather than get about 10 minutes in just to say, you know, who you are. So I think it'll leave a better footprint for all of us.
Right.
Now that we have been growing connections with Flock, they've been inviting us to their events. How would you get members of PASS to actually attend these events and like build those connections? And also attend like the socials that you have been suggesting.
So for Flock, I did notice that during our meeting, you know, they did ask us like, oh, are we interested in becoming a lawyer? And some of us may or may not, but because of our majors. But I do believe that to encourage those to go out to other events, we should, you know, promote it as a board. I think to create a sense of like encouragement for everyone, I think everyone has to be on board with it. So it's not just, you know, me promoting it. It's more like everyone being able to like freely promote it. So, yeah.
Right. Any other last minute questions before we move on? Okay. Thank you so much, Mia.